Welcome in to I Remember My First Time. Don't be nasty, Jacob. Not that first time.
Damn it.
This is a podcast about cinematic awakenings.
All right, I like the sound of that.
Where we talk about the movies we love with someone who just popped their cherry to that movie.
That sounds kind of sexy.
Jacob, are all the movies we do on this podcast going to be good movies?
God, I hope not, but we've been doing a lot of them lately.
Do we like shitty movies?
We love shitty movies, sometimes even more than good movies.
Are we critics?
Absolutely not.
But do we love movies?
Oh, we love the shit out of movies. And this week's masterpiece, the 2016 classic, The Nice Guys.
Jacob, do you guys want to see my dick?
Show us your dick, Michael Douglas. BJ, which one of you cock and balls wants to make $20?
The best t-shirt you ever had was a t-shirt that said, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Incredible shirt.
I am BJ Leica, and I watch pornos for the plot.
Joined as always by me, Jaggy Beakus, and I really hope Richard Nixon is not the last thing I see before I die. And this week we have our most frequent guest. This guy loves first times more than he should, probably. My brother, he's got some rank in the Army higher than the lowest one. David. What's up, David Ekus?
It's not Private David Ekus.
It would work perfect for this one. He stole mine. As we were talking, you got to do introductions like, I watch pornos for the plot. I'm like, damn it! Oh, it was perfect. Because sometimes, you ever watch porn and you get through the plot, you're like, oh, I'm almost done. Fuck.
There's no way they actually got stuck in that dryer.
Wait, it's getting to the nitty gritty and I'm almost finished.
They're gonna reel this shit back real quick.
All right. So The Nice Guys, described by Netflix as a private eye and a tough guy for hire get tangled up in the steamy side of 1970s Los Angeles as they try to investigate an adult film star's mysterious murder.
I'm down. Let's watch it. Press play.
You had me at seedy 1970s Los Angeles.
Yep.
7.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay.
91% Rotten Tomatoes and 70% Metacritic score.
That's
for The Nice Guys.
That's pretty damn good.
I'm not surprised on the Rotten Tomato score because this is a hard movie to be like, didn't like it.
Yeah.
There's too many likable things.
It has something for everyone, I thought. I thought it was a pretty good mixture.
Ooh, I have a critic who gave this movie a 0%. This is Red Reed from It Just Said Observer.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but we don't actually do research on this podcast.
None.
So this is his review titled Gosling and Crowe, An Unholy Alliance.
Okay.
And this is just a mean review. This is the meanest review I've ever read. The Nice Guys is another submental movie for morons, churned out by the kind of sophomoric Hollywood machine that trademarks the works of Judd Apatow and company.
David, does this mean we're morons?
I'm okay with it. Fuck this guy, but go on.
Afflicted by the same hammered, incomprehensible immaturity that makes modern American comedies unwatchable by any sane person's standard.
Wow.
This one, by the jarringly untalented writer-director Shane Black, is merely violent, vulgar, and stupid.
I didn't think this movie was that violent.
No, because a lot of time when they killed people, it was off screen a lot of times. Like it was like they'd shoot them, but you never saw them. I don't know.
And it was like comically violent.
Yeah.
Like the when Gosling landed in the pool and Keith David landed on the outside of the pool.
Yeah, you saw a little splat.
Yeah.
He goes hard after director Shane Black ditches all semblance of a plot and character development early, and the two stars demonstrate zero knowledge of comedy timing. Mr. Crow just growls and barks. Mr. Gosling plays Lou Costello, replete with his wheezing and stuttering from old Abbott and Costello bits.
Fuck this guy.
I thought Crow and Gosling were both incredibly funny,
I did too.
especially Gosling.
I know this is y'all's podcast, but I think this one is not welcome on your podcast.
No, this guy can go fuck himself. Don't even hit us up on social media. We need followers, not you though. Fuck you.
Keep writing for Observer.
Yeah, fucking loser.
Shane Black's credits: wrote Lethal Weapon, directed Iron Man 3, disqualify him from being taken seriously. But hiring him to direct this dog should be an anthem to even the greediest moguls in Burbank. But The Nice Guys is depressingly inept by any standard. Every bad movie sets up room for a sequel, but this idiocy, you'll pray it isn't so.
I thought you were done a couple of times. This guy had something against this movie.
I've never read a review that was this, like, straight up mean.
This guy has no fun in his life. He also, he hates Lethal Weapon. Who hates Lethal Weapon?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever met anybody that's like, Lethal Weapon's trash.
Wow,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you. They either not seen it. I think the worst thing I heard about Lethal Weapon was it was okay. Like they didn't hate it. They were just like,
Yeah. A little too vulgar for me.
yeah. I never heard something like that.
Trash. Yeah, you're not welcome. Fuck you.
I don't think I've ever heard any critic refer to somebody else as talentless in a review.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the box office isn't great either. They made all their money back plus a little bit, but their budget was $50 million and the box office was 63.
To be fair,
Okay.
this is a time period where I wasn't big into movies. I didn't even know this movie existed until 2 days ago, and I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, well, and period pieces. This takes place in the 1970s, so that throws off a lot of people.
Right.
So, and it probably didn't have a big release because of that.
It is kind of like dark and seedy too. It's not like there's no way they expected this to be $100 million movie.
I bet a bunch of that $63 million that it earned came from LA.
Probably.
Because why wouldn't it? All those people that live in LA, like, ooh, that's your town. That's us. So yeah, that's what I got for box office. What'd you like about the movie, BJ?
I love movies like this because there's no way they expected to make much more than their $50 million back. It's not winning an Oscar. It's not going to be a cult classic, but damn it, it's fun. And I just love movies that kind of do that. They're like, we're not in this movie to make money or to win Oscars or to get prestige. We're just going to make a damn good, fun movie.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's the better movies. I really do think that. You get
for
a
sure.
better movie like that.
This movie is great. I have a good first time story for this movie. Nema was doing state certifications for finance after she graduated college, and so she's busy up to her eyeballs and shit. And I'm on break, and so I'm watching this movie, and like the whole time I'm just like looking at the dining room table, like, you're not supposed to be watching TV. You're supposed to be working on your shit. Like,
This is way better than getting a series 67 or whatever.
100%. Every time I looked at her, she was watching TV, and by the end of it, she was like, that was a pretty good movie.
Hell yeah.
So David, it was your first time. What'd you think?
I was, like I said, I was iffy when we were talking about which movies we were going to do. I was like, I don't even know. I picked this movie because it sounded like The Other Guys. And I am a huge fan of The Other Guys. And this movie...
Me too.
Yeah. So I thought, let's give this a try. And then opening scene...
Boobs.
It's a nice pair of boobs, too. They were...
Misty Mountains kind of pair.
Oh, they were good-looking boobs. I'm like, this movie's going to be all right.
It's movies like this where I want to bring our pessimistic producer segment back so Tristan can give this movie 9 double D's out of 10 or something.
Yeah. So, BJ, what'd you like about it?
Incredible chemistry between Gosling and Crowe.
I second that. I'm sure David thirds
I
it.
do.
I couldn't believe how good their chemistry was.
It was surprisingly good. I didn't expect that.
I don't know why this happens to me, but I'm always blown away by Ryan Gosling's acting ability.
Do you see? He's another action movie. I thought it was his first one, but I guess it was this one. I don't know. Well, he plays like some spy. It's a Netflix movie.
The Gray Man.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, The Gray Man's good, and like, I can't remember what movie it is, but there's this movie where he pretty much doesn't talk the whole movie.
Oh.
Driver?
Or there's Driver, and there's also another one.
Oh, okay.
And they're both incredible.
I was never bored, obviously. Kept my attention the entire time, never got bored. I thought this movie did a good job of making me laugh at pretty lame jokes.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of the beauty of it, is making you laugh at some pretty lame jokes.
Yeah.
I agree.
David, specifically, anything you really liked about this?
I talked about the boobs. I'm serious. I'm a boob guy. It was nice to see that. I think anyone would enjoy that. But I like the comedy part of it. Like, the movie was serious and funny. I really enjoyed that piece. Like, one of my favorite scenes was when he tosses the gun, and it's just way over his head, like not anywhere close to him. It's like,
yeah, like again, like that's like a pretty lame joke.
Yeah,
The comedy
that landed.
The comedy and the lame jokes are great in this movie. I also really loved Ryan Gosling's daughter.
Yeah, at first
She
I
was
was like,
great.
I rolled my eyes. I'm like, I don't need a little kid in this movie. And then after like 5 minutes, I'm like, she needs to be in this movie.
She was awesome in this movie.
Yeah.
Every time she was on screen, it was that much funnier.
I think you've talked about this before. It's always a gamble when you use child actors. You never know what you're going to get. That was good.
Kind of like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. Hey, same time period, right?
Yeah, well,
Period piece
I mean, Forrest Gump goes over like 4 decades.
That's why
But we get some of the 70s in Forrest
That's
Gump.
why I was throwing that in there. Like, hey, it's a safe answer. There's some period in there.
Anything you didn't like about the movie?
It doesn't really do anything that movies haven't done before. There's nothing super special about it, but nothing I really didn't like. It just, it's a buddy cop comedy action movie. So, but that's not really didn't like, right? That's just
That's not really
kind of what you expect.
But
that's the closest I can go.
I think you're reaching.
Yeah, I am.
I have a better answer for you. There's nothing I didn't like.
I do.
Fair.
Okay.
I would have liked. No, I don't know, because I was gonna say I would like a little more backstory on Russell Crowe's character.
Nah.
But
It beats people up.
But as I'm saying, I was like, and now I take that back. That was my only complaint. Like, you knew that guy was a detective of some kind, and just either was or wasn't. I don't know. But Russell Crowe, like, I want to know more. But now I'm thinking about it. No, I don't. I don't need to know.
You know what? There is one thing. If there's a comedy and someone's a private detective, there's got to be a private dick joke.
They didn't have that, did they?
They did not have a private dick joke. And this is the movie to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the Private Eye movies, this is the movie to put it in.
Of course.
Damn it.
I did. When we said what we liked about the movie, I forgot to say I liked how they showed them like their real, like, this was their job, this was their income. Because like when they're like, I can't take this job, and the old lady was like, pulls out her checkbook, and he's like.
I also love how dumb they are. Like, incredibly rich people in LA, and they're like, "Well, this is going to be pretty expensive." And she's like, "That's cool. Already writing $10,000 out." He's like, $5,000.
You always let the other person
say
their cost, say their price first.
Always.
Always.
And that's how you knew they were stupid, because they were both cool with it. Even Russell Crowe was like,
yeah. She goes, "Okay, 5,000," and both of them were just like, "Hell yeah!"
And the mom like just shortchanging her daughter like that too. She's like, "All right, saving $5,000."
Let me rip this up and pretend like it's less than $5,000.
Yeah.
Always let the customer name their price if they can.
Always. I did that at a job one time. I was like, I felt so stupid. I was like right out of boot camp doing a security job. And I was like, yeah, it's like, well, we don't want to hire you if we can't even offer you enough. Like, what are you looking to make? And I was like, $12 an hour. She was like, "Oh, we're thinking at least 15." I'm like, I still got the 15. But I'm just saying, this is like,
if you'd have seen this movie before, you'd
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You would have went 18, and they'd
Yeah.
have been like, how about 16.75?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like,
I was reaching for 12, so. So good or bad movie, we can all agree this is a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie. In fact, I think it should be one of their. They should like advertise it more because right now it's on Netflix, but you have to search for it. It wasn't like
Yeah.
listed at like
No, it's
a
not
movie.
things we think you'll like either.
Yeah.
It's like this is my kind of shit.
Yeah, how is it not on things they think you like?
I
Taylor?
know.
It's-
I mean, I've already watched it, so maybe
Yeah, okay.
maybe it's one of those things that it's been on that long because I watched it a year and a half ago. Sometimes movies
Oh,
stay
they
on
haven't
that
rotated that. Yeah, because usually you rotate shit pretty often.
David, BJ won't say it, but how deep are we getting into this episode?
Balls deep.
Balls deep, motherfucker! Mount Rushmore scenes, baby. BJ, start us off, man. Actually, you know what? I'll start us off. You always
Go
start us
ahead.
off.
Go ahead. You can start it.
Whoa! Why don't I start us off?
All right, Virgin.
All right.
As our most frequented guest, I guess you know how this works.
Yeah,
He's
mine.
he brought notes this
Oh,
time.
my God.
My fourth scene, and it's almost all my scenes blend like all my movies do because I just love my scenes. But this one was the one I mentioned earlier in the podcast where Russell Crowe's like, "Throw me the gun!" He just launches it. But that whole scene just way above his head, and the look Russell Crowe gives him, like,
That's the house shootout scene.
yeah,
right?
Yes,
the house
yeah.
shootout. That's my favorite scene. And then I end it. It's kind of cheating. Like
Your
where-
fourth favorite scene.
fourth favorite, yeah, where the driving away, the hitman's like, she runs up to his car. And he's like, okay,
He's like, man, hit the jackpot here.
yeah. I mean, he goes through all
As
of that.
hard as this job was, it ended really easy.
Yeah.
The reason this wasn't high, because this is my fourth as well,
Oh,
and the
cool.
reason it's not higher is because I thought they could have done something funnier with that death
with
scene.
that death scene, yeah, I felt like it was a little. That's fair. It was a little underwhelming.
I carried it through to the part of the daughter saying, "I never liked that palm tree anyway,"
yeah,
just because that was a hilarious delivery.
Yeah.
Again, super lame joke.
yeah,
Terribly lame joke. Wonderfully delivered. Cracks me up.
yes.
So that was your fourth favorite scene?
It was.
My fourth favorite scene was I started with the bowling alley conversation between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
I almost forgot. That's such a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, where he
That's
shows up after beating the shit out of him. And Ryan Gosling's like, no. He's like, I'm not here to beat you up, don't worry. And then his daughter sits down, she's like, you're the guy that beat up my dad.
He
I
sucker
mean,
punched me.
Russell Crowe, his acting around the 13-year-old girl.
it's great.
I love how it
It's great.
changes too. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's just like, just a friend of your dad as he takes one of her sodas.
You? Well, this is like 13 years.
What was the you took the Lord's name in vain? No, I didn't. It was really
Oh.
needed there.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. No, I didn't, Becky. I actually really needed it there.
Yeah. But what I love about that too is he really, that 13-year-old influenced that character because the next scene you see him carrying a whole case of Yoo-Hoos up the stairs.
Well, and I take this scene through them going to the protest group, and he's just like, "Here, Amelia's here. How do you know she's here? It's her protest group. That's how this shit works."
He's the worst detective.
and then they get Chet, and they're just like, "The fuck is this, Chet?" Because I take this to them going to the house. And, "The fuck is this, Chet?" And Chet's like, "Makes you think, doesn't it?" "No, it doesn't, Chet." And then the kid shows up, $20 or you can blow. And
Hey,
I'm
I
going
would
to show
think-
my dick because I got a big dick.
You want to see it? No.
I love that scene. Like, it was.
It's on my honorable
It's my
mentions.
only non-action scene because all of it was just so great.
That's
Just
two scenes you picked, by the way.
Fuck you, I cheated.
Yeah, you know we cheat on this podcast.
Just pulling up to the house and Ryan Gosling, "The fuck is this, Chet?" Love that shit.
Although that kid like, want to see it? No. Like,
What's the world coming to? It's just a bunch of chets.
All right, David, your third favorite scene.
Third favorite scene was the party scene.
Okay.
The seedy 70s porno party.
Yeah, are you wet? Well, I had to question the mermaids. Like, what the fuck?
I'd love the next scene, just him swimming with swimming after the mermaid in his boxers.
I love being like, the drinks are free, and the look he gives is like, fuck yeah.
I loved him just pounding the drinks.
I think they showed Russell Crowe first, who like denied a drink,
Yeah,
and he
he's
looks
working,
over,
yeah.
and Gosling's got 2 martinis.
Having a grand old time. I bet LA in the 70s was the time to be a fucking live.
And he forgot to like keep asking questions. At a certain point, he's just fucking drinking and looking at tits. I mean, come on.
And I loved. I'll wait till I bring it up if you're not going to bring it up. It's okay. Anything else you got to say?
No, because I don't. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, I just love that scene.
Okay, your third.
My third favorite scene is the showing up at the protest through the. You guys want to see my dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, we threw it in on the podcast. I laughed so hard at which one of you cock and balls wants to make $20.
Oh, yeah.
And then them questioning on what they're protesting.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're birds. We're dead. The air got us.
Yeah.
Even the ones with the gas mask on.
And I love that confused the protesters are like,
Like, fuck.
yeah.
Chet was fucking hilarious.
Chet was great.
Chet's an idiot.
I forgot when they were like, hey, they'll give you $20 for answering questions. And Brian's like, no, what?
I didn't say that.
Oh, the kid was
$20 that you can blow.
The kid that said that they could pay him $20. He'd show him your dick, and Gosling's like, "We already gave you $20. What am I saying?"
My third favorite scene is the house shootout, but I started with them driving to the house with Ryan Gosling falling asleep.
Oh yeah,
That's where I started.
the talking bee.
The talking bee had me fucking rolling, and he's just like, right when he's just like, man, I'm getting tired. Just take your hands off the steering wheel. It drives by itself.
What? I didn't know it could do this. Yes. Oh yeah, they all do that nowadays.
It was such good. This is what I like about directing and what filming goes. It was a great transition where he's like, "Wake up!" and it's like all turns like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. The talking bee killed me. It fucking killed me.
It had no business being in the movie after that point.
I had to cheat on this scene because, like, right after cheating on my first scene, because I'm just like, there's no way I can not have the talking bee in my Mount Rushmore.
It was at least my honorable mentions, but no,
and
it
then
needed to be included.
The thing that I wanted to include on the house shootout that we didn't talk about was his daughter asking Homeboy if he wanted a cookie. Because she's a certified badass. She knows where the gun's at in the cookie jar.
Yep.
Fucking love that.
Yeah. Oh, I ate the last two. She was like, shut up, bitch.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to kill Bill this motherfucker.
Yep.
David, your number 2 scene.
My number 2 scene, let me confirm with my notes, was the show me your dick. That just killed me at the house. I don't know why. I thought about the Michael Douglas podcast. Just like when I was watching the movie, like, I hope they mention that. And then you open up the podcast.
Yeah, we're not letting that one slide.
Yeah. It's our longest running joke and will be.
We snuck Show Me Your Dick into the Die Hard podcast. Yeah. We can do anything.
Yeah. I don't
know
how we did
that was my number 2 because I kind of cheated too, going back to the protesters. It's like, what are the guys with gas masks? It's like, just a look of confusion, like, yeah, the gas masks weren't a good call.
Whoops.
I felt like they were making fun of LA so hard in that scene.
Yeah.
So hard.
They had. That's what I like. They're poking fun at Hollywood. It's a Hollywood movie. Hollywood people poking fun at Hollywood. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And this is where Jacob brings up Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, damn, I missed it. But I should have.
Yeah.
You are the ones who are the ball lickers. We're going to fuck your mothers while you sit back and watch us. Then you're going to eat our shit. And then we're going to eat your shit that's made up of our shit that we made you eat.
What gets me is I wonder if he remembers saying that. Apparently,
no, he was so strung out on drugs that he doesn't remember any of them.
So that was just.
Oh, he's an incredible comedic actor. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. BJ, your number 2 scene.
This may be your guys' number 1, but the final shootout.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. It made. I'll tell you when I get to my number 1. But
Yep.
that number 2, yeah.
My favorite part was Gosling hiding behind the rotating car.
Just the deep breath. Just...
I forgot about him doing that.
Again, lame joke.
Yeah.
Freaking killed me.
I died. I was trying to finish this movie last night. Everyone's in the house asleep. It's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm getting. I out loud laughed. Like, oh shit! Like people are sleeping.
Second favorite part: Keith David and Ryan Gosling going over the ledge. Gosling landing in the water, and Keith David just splat.
Yeah,
And
right.
Russell Crowe looking down and be like, again?
Yeah. Well, that's what I liked about that scene too. That he brought back. I like that. It calls back to where the girl was like, "You can't kill him. That's not right." But bad guys always come back. Yeah, like Russell Crowe gave that bad guy a chance to go to, where did he say, Michigan or something? He's like, that's far enough or something.
Yeah.
And he still came back. So you got to.
He didn't come back after that splat.
No, he did not.
He did not.
Jacob, number 2.
My number 2 scene, it's the seedy 70s seedy 70s party scene.
I like how they call it porno and not porn.
David, go ahead and grab me another. Yeah, I love the term porno. It's so much better than porn.
Yeah.
Less harsh. And I loved how it started.
Wait, what did they call him?
Just his daughter going
Porno.
No, what did they call him? If they weren't saying experimental film.
Oh,
Yeah, the experimental films. Yes.
Yeah.
I loved her going, there are whores here and stuff. Don't say and stuff. Just say there are whores here.
what was the other one?
But she
Anal and
used-
stuff?
Yeah, anal and stuff.
She took what her dad said
Yeah,
and used it later.
in the party, she was
Yeah.
just like, don't say and stuff. Just say they were doing anal.
Yeah.
I love that. I have that written down too. I
She
love
may
that.
hate her dad, but she
Yeah,
really.
I love that we
her
get
dad
introduced to
influenced
his no sense of smell, which makes me think of Dewey Cox.
her.
Every time some shit like that pops up, he's just like, well, Mary Jane showed up, and he's just like, yeah. Huh? Like, first off, you're a detective. You have to at least know what Mary Jane means.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
And then what I thought was the funniest part of the scene is him rolling off the balcony.
That was.
Oh, that was
fantastic.
maybe the funniest part of the movie.
That's the part that I wanted to mention when you were mentioning this scene. I was just like, no, wait, just so I can talk about it.
And
And poo, poo, poo. And then whoop. I end it with throwing the body over.
That's where it's got to end.
yeah.
That's
The
hilarious.
look they give each other, they're like, fuck.
Yeah, and then those people freaking out. I thought that was so
I
funny.
love there's no consistency. In
And I
this
love
movie.
Russell Crowe just like, how'd you get down? You fucking fell.
Yeah.
You fucking fell, bro.
I love that there's no, like, this movie is not about the detective work necessarily or the police work. They're not, because, like, at one scene you see Russell Crowe, like, wiping the gun down for fingerprints. And then they're straight up throwing a body down there. Then they just run away. Like, there's fingerprints from them there now. I just think that's funny.
Yeah. All right, Dave, your number 1 scene.
But see, mine's such a short scene, but it just killed me because it was when I first realized that he is a terrible detective. Whenever the bartender's like, you want me to go through all the credit card receipts? Like, get fucked. Like, I'm not doing
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And so it shows him go to the window and he's like, sometimes you just got to do whatever. And then he like punches it and you're like, that's a lot of blood.
Oh, at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah. That's his
That
'Cause
was so funny.
You know his blood's thin because he is shit-faced.
Yeah. And he just, I don't know, it's just a short scene, but I don't know. That's what got me into the movie. That's why I knew this is gonna be a good movie.
I've heard that, like, in parts of LA, like, even now, it's better now, but there's just, like, no cops ever, which is why so many people speed. But it also makes sense in the 70s that so many people were just driving out drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, because they were doing that big house shootout. No cops the whole time. Like, where the fuck are the
And
cops?
Granted, it is a movie.
They're beating up Rodney King.
Boom!
Damn.
All right, BJ, your number 1 scene.
It's the seedy LA porno party.
Yes.
Anything we haven't mentioned yet?
The guy dressed up as a tree getting shot,
Oh,
falling
yeah.
down.
Yes.
My word, that was funny. The girl coming back and asking Russell Crowe, "Come watch my movie with me, babe."
Oh, yeah. That's not all they'll be doing if you'd watch that movie.
One thing we
Sex.
haven't mentioned yet was the 2 or 3 different people. Russell Crowe was the first one that thought Homegirl was a table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
As he goes to wipe it off, like wipe the little ring off.
Anything else you want to say about that scene?
You guys mentioned Gosling swimming with the mermaids, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
hope
yeah.
we did. I hope if we didn't, yes. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, I guess the only thing we hadn't mentioned is the end fight scene between him and Keith David.
Oh, the valet yelling, "Sir, the girl that was in your trunk went away in that car."
Yes.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And no one stops.
Or
David.
whenever he shows up and his daughter's in the trunk, closes it, and he's like, "I can't take that car." No.
Yeah.
My number one favorite scene, I'm surprised it didn't make y'all's list. Or it made yours, but not yours, I think. The final shootout.
No, it would, but I don't know. Like the reason I picked my number one as it was,
Well, yeah, it was
organized
comedy.
to, because I'm a big comedy.
It's the
fan,
same
you know
thing
that.
with what you do with Violent Night. Like, you picked a single kill as your number one scene.
Yeah, because it was funny. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of what you bring on this pod. Everyone does their scenes different.
Yeah, it's more his favorite moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because y'all cheat with your scenes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm
Hard.
over here going, no, I like moments in scenes. It's like I almost don't do a whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love what starts this scene for me really is Ryan Gosling's daughter throwing cold coffee all over Homegirl.
And it worked. That's what's funny.
Yeah, it ended up working, but she was like, "The fuck is this cold?" I thought it was going to be hot.
Yeah. And they said that. Well, that worked out. They just said it like-
Well, and he was like, "Good instincts, girl. I like where your head's at."
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about the scene is not him sitting behind the rotating car. It's all of the random falling.
Yes.
Just
No, the rotating car is pretty damn
the
funny.
rotating car is funny, but the falling was the bit of the scene, and they kept it going the whole fucking time.
Was it in that final scene where he tells Russell Crowe, like, I think I'm invincible?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Because he's right, though. You're like, how?
It's such a great scene. It has so much action, so much comedy. The movie shows up. We finally see the movie,
Yeah.
the experimental film.
Yes. I love that that's what pornos. It was it's either called pornos, which is better than porn, or they're called experimental films.
Yes.
And I love how everyone knows what that means. Like no one
Oh yeah.
no one's
We all
confused by what's an experimental film. No one
Yeah.
questions it. They're like, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
The one scene I do have to shout out is the first time that Crowe and Gosling meet each other, when Russell Crowe breaks his arm.
When you go see the doctor, you broke your whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a real solid scene. It just
Yeah.
immediately established, like, why do these two guys have such good chemistry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they really did.
Oh, my one shout out scene too is Russell Crowe is established as the professional tough guy. So when those people go to his apartment, he goes like, I respect what you guys are doing. It's just part of the job. But then you fucking disrespected my place. And I was like, I like this. This is a cool scene. And I was
Yeah.
really one of my top ones. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I never would have done anything to y'all if y'all just would have
Been professional.
respected the rules of the game.
Yeah. He was like, I would have accepted this whole thing and moved on.
Which, as
It's
big
all
Wire
part of the
fans,
game.
we like, don't we, BJ?
Yep.
It's all part of the game. That's why you don't go after Omar on fucking Sunday. You should watch The Wire, David.
I
You
need
fucking
to watch
love
that.
it.
But I'm glad that y'all know. But so do y'all agree that was a good scene? It almost
Yes.
made my top four. But I
Yeah.
like don't open that bag. I'm holding that for someone.
I really wanted to cheat and put the Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling first meeting and that one
Oh,
together.
Yeah.
But whatever. We mentioned them.
Yeah.
And now it's time for character breakdown.
Start with Ryan Gosling.
Sure.
My favorite thing about Ryan Gosling is you can find the clip from the Denzel Washington high school football movie. Remember the Titans, where the whole team's dancing, it's a long shot. Everyone's wearing full pads and helmets. You can tell which one Ryan Gosling is because he's
No.
dancing 10 times better than anyone else.
Love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
His character name, Holland March, may be reference to the Holland Marsh, a wetland and agricultural area in Ryan Gosling's home province of Ontario, Canada.
Huh.
Threw that in there for character breakdown because fuck it.
Well, I just really enjoyed how they made him out as a character to be just this terrible detective. But he has there's a reason he's detective, so he's good. Just he's terrible. I just like that about the
He's
character.
drunk all the time
Yeah.
is the problem.
Yeah. And just Ryan Gosling, like I said earlier, he blows me away with his acting.
And I think the key in this movie, to make people that are that good looking, to make them funny, they had to give him a ridiculous mustache.
I loved his mustache.
I thought I added to it. I know that you said that, but I was like, I agree with
I
you.
don't necessarily think it's ridiculous. I loved it. Do it in more movies.
It made that character funnier, though.
Yeah, I agree.
A clean-shaven Ryan Gosling, I don't think it works as well.
I don't think so either.
And plus, it
I
worked
think
with
you're right.
The 70s, too. They all had mustaches.
100% they did.
They all had mustaches.
Russell Crowe.
One of your favorites, Jacob.
Oh, yes. Russell Crowe has the honor of being the lead in my all-time favorite movie, Gladiator.
Yes.
My dog is named after the titular character in Gladiator, Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Just a great movie. I just rewatched it just for the scene.
My dog is the commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He didn't have a wife, though, so I came to the rest.
But, yeah, see...
But, yeah, Russell Crowe, such great comedic timing. Fuck that critic from earlier.
I don't know what movie that guy saw.
I don't either.
Hey, we don't do research on, like you said, y'all don't do research on this podcast.
If it's not on IMDb, it doesn't exist.
I just wonder, because you had said it when I said that he was fat in this movie. You're like, that's just Russell Crowe now.
Yeah.
Was that for a movie, or is he
No.
just fat now?
He got old and didn't care anymore and got fat. Leave him alone.
But he still did good acting and fight scenes. With
Oh,
that
yeah, he
extra
can still
weight. That
move.
was cool.
Yeah, he can still move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's completely unhealthy. He probably still works out
Hey,
to some extent.
when I was younger, you see these TikToks, or TikTok wasn't around when I was younger. You get what I'm saying? Where these older guys that are still in shape with six packs, and they're in their 50s or 60s. I was like, that's going to be me when I'm older.
And then you realize that's a miserable life to live.
Yes. And now I'm like, I have to be in shape, and I don't like doing it.
David's
So
like,
I'm
I like my snake, my snack cakes.
Yes. I was like, I'm not giving that up. I was like, nope, I'm going to be like that.
My brother has a snack corner in his house.
That's dope.
Yes.
Yeah. They're just his snacks. They're not his kids. They're not his wives. They can have some, but they're his snacks. They're part of the budget.
I don't know about that, but there's
No. They end up being part of the budget because his wife's like, what happened to this money? Oh, they're my snacks.
That's why your dog's name is Maximus and his is Little Debbie.
oh, fuck! That was in this movie. Oh, I meant to make this up. My honorable mention when you said Little Debbie. It reminded me of that. Hey, buddy, how'd you know my name? I was like, fuck. I laughed out loud. I was like,
How'd you know my name? Shut the fuck out. Your name's Buddy.
Yeah.
I do want to mention one of my favorite things with Ryan Gosling was how obsessed he was with Kim Basinger's second in command. With the
he was obsessed with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely he didn't know they switched out the money.
Do we maybe need to grab her business card too? In case.
She said she packed it herself.
Did you know that they switched out the money? Ash told me to get a gun on him. Like,
You're the worst detective ever.
That killed me.
She was sexy and she was great with his daughter.
But-
He was like, boing.
But I think that's why he wanted her to not be bad. I don't think that part was him being a terrible detective. I think he.
I
He
know.
wanted her to be good. He
Yeah.
was like making every excuse for her.
My
Like,
daughter likes you. You like my daughter. You're hot AF.
Yeah. It's like, no, did you know they did it? Like, he's giving her that out. Like, surely take this out and let's move on. Nope.
Speaking of this, Ryan Gosling's daughter. We've already mentioned her a bunch. Incredible.
very good acting. I thought
Best child actor we've seen so far on this podcast.
Yeah, top 2.
Get out of here with your Last Action Hero, kid.
Fuck you, the Last Action Hero kid is great.
But he's on the verge of being an adult. That's young. Teen.
No, he is not. He's
No,
like
he's
12.
He's probably younger than she is in this movie.
Really?
Yes.
I can't remember.
I didn't even look.
Rewatch it, David. It's
Rewatch it, I'll
incredible.
look.
And then you can text BJ and tell him he's fucking wrong. Anyways, Keith David.
And just know that Charles Dance got that role because he was cheaper than Alan Rickman.
Oh yeah.
And wore
Charles Dance is Lord Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Tywin.
Yep, Tywin.
Yeah.
Tyrion is the dwarf.
I listened to that podcast because he said he wore a shirt on set going, I'm
cheaper than Alan
Rickman.
Rickman, yeah. Keith David.
He was pretty good.
The
I like
one
how.
from Ghostbusters.
No.
Wait, no.
He's from
No, that's
Not all black people look the same, BJ.
That's not what he said.
I always mix them two. That's Ernie.
But what is
something
he
or other.
from besides this? Please name a movie. I know.
He's from the Chronicles of Riddick.
That's
Vin
it. That's where I
Diesel.
know him from. I don't know what else he's from.
And I'm pretty sure he's in Gladiator too.
No.
The NBC hit show Community.
No.
Still haven't watched it. BJ's very angry.
I knew he plays that priest, and you never really know the religion he is. He's just a religious guy. I guess there's a lot of that. Anyways, I thought it was funny to see where he was like, "I'll be in Michigan" or whatever the fuck he said. Like, he wasn't smart. He died because he didn't go to Michigan.
Should have went to Michigan.
Yeah.
Would have been fucking K.
Well, hey, that's a life lesson right there. If you're having a near-death experience and they give you an out and you're supposed to move, just go ahead and fucking move.
Yeah.
Just don't get in that situation.
And now it's time for trivia and facts.
I love this section.
Do you?
I do. I do love trivia.
Is this your favorite section of the pod?
I would say so because I love learning. Because I can re-listen. I swear I have short-term memory because I don't remember any of the trivia. So I can re-listen.
Jacob does
And I
too,
love
but that's
it.
from his magic mistletoe.
It's great stuff. Great stuff. The project was initially proposed as a TV series, but was retooled as a film after the plot seemed to be going nowhere.
That I can see that. Make this a plot for a TV series. Maybe a season. But
Yeah, like a miniseries?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it works as a TV show
No.
because it's definitely not rated R, and this movie's a hard R.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts off with misty mountains, mystical mountains.
Literally.
And I don't know. I'm not just saying this because I love boobs. I think that needed to be in the movie. That was, I don't know.
It was quintessential.
Yes.
They never don't need to be in movies.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Thank you, BJ.
Yep.
I told someone at work today, they came in with, I work at the airport for everybody that doesn't know. These people came in with their guitars, and obviously they were in cases. And I walked up to them, the first thing I said is, so is this like a Desperado kind of situation where you're going to open up your gun case and shoot up the whole place? And they looked at me like I was an idiot. And I was like, y'all never seen Desperado?
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And
You
one
say
of them was
golden
clearly
girl.
older. And they were like, no. And I'm just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It was one of Robert Rodriguez's original movies. Antonio Banderas. I was like, it's got first time I saw a pair of tits in a movie. I said this at work. I was like, whatever. Like this movie's too incredible.
They're musicians. They don't care.
Yeah, and I was like,
They shouldn't care.
and then I took the order and I came back and I was like, yeah. So Desperado, Antonio Banderas' wife gets killed by this crime lord, and he goes around with a hollowed out guitar case full of guns, fucking shit up. So
Did they leave you a good tip?
They did.
See, they enjoy the conversation. They wouldn't have left you a good tip had they not enjoyed that conversation.
100%. When promoting his program, The Loudest Voice on the Howard Stern Show, Russell Crowe said, this is one of 2 films where he wishes there was a sequel as he liked playing the character.
Ooh.
The other film is L.A. Confidential, which I haven't seen. Is that good, BJ?
I don't know if it's a good podcast movie, but it's a good movie.
Okay.
You said that about some movies, and I've agreed because I went and watched that movie because you said that, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't a good podcast movie. This is
Yeah.
a good movie to watch.
Was it the Jack Ryan, Sean Connery submarine movie?
That's exactly
Hunt for Red
that movie.
October.
I went and watched it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this was a good movie, but what would you talk about?
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck.
Yeah. They were good bad guys.
Yeah.
My first favorite scene is when they're in the submarine doing this.
Yeah.
My second favorite scene is when they're in the submarine doing this.
Yeah.
My third favorite scene is
Guess
when
what?
the submarine comes out of the water, but they're still in it and they're doing this.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe put on some extra weight for the role of Jackson Healy,
Oh.
feeling the character as an enforcer thug should be a stocky brawler type.
That answered my question earlier.
The signage at the fuel station showing even refers to the 1979 rationing of fuel to the vehicles with license plates that ended in an even or odd number and alternating even or odd number days. For instance, if today is the 3rd of April and your license plate is ABC827, you can fill your car on that day. Some states allowed both even and odd numbers on the 31st of the month.
That's weird. Interesting. But real back, how easy would that be? Like, Russell Crowe, you're about to film a movie. Why'd you put on 30 pounds? Because he's a brawler.
You need an enforcer, brawler. You're a big guy.
That's probably.
It makes sense.
I would have said the same shit. Why'd you put that weight on? It's needed.
My life has no meaning and I tried to hang myself. Yeah, that's what
For those of you who aren't cultured enough, that was Anchorman 2.
Principal talents, Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling were both child actors who dropped out of high school to pursue their careers and never had formal training in acting.
Really?
Yep. At the beginning, when Jackson Healy is learning a new word, which is equanimity, while feeding his fish and reciting it to himself to memorize it, this scene is exactly like a scene from the Asian American film Better Luck Tomorrow. Even the word is the same.
Ooh.
Love when directors do that. When they like shit and they're just like, I'll use that.
Yeah.
Also, Jackson Healy, kick-ass name.
Yeah. They both have cool names. As a guest at the porno producer's party who is dressed up like Pinocchio, he says, "It's not my nose that grows."
It's his dick.
Yeah. Show us your dick, Michael Douglas.
I love that they just say, it's his penis.
It's not his nose that grows was also the tagline for the original Pinocchio from 1971.
Pornocchio?
Pornocchio.
Pinocchio.
God, that's incredible.
I've kind of watched this porno now. Oh, no.
Dang gummit.
Dang it.
In the elevator scene, the same music plays in the background as in the elevator scene in the Blues Brothers. The song is called The Girl from Ipanema.
Why was that not in my favorite scenes? Why was that not in any of our favorite scenes? They open up the elevator. Look, all these people are dying all around them. And they just...
It was so great. It's just like,
Yeah. And
that bitch is dead.
And they drove away too. Like they didn't get to the elevator and have their coming to Jesus moment where they're like, we should do something. No, they left.
So there's a scene where we should be really disappointed because they tease this big action scene.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nope. And I was like, didn't hate it, loved it actually.
Yeah. And then the look they give themselves when she lands on their car, well, that worked out.
They're like, nailed it.
That's one of those moments where it's like, well, why does that make sense? And the writers are like, because I wrote it that way. It's like, how did she get out of the room? They were killing everyone. Because I wrote it.
So, did y'all know that Val Kilmer's son was in this movie?
I do now.
I didn't know who Val Kilmer's son was.
Yeah, he's in this movie. And of course, Val Kilmer was in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and the director, Shane Black, directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He was Chet.
That's
Jack Kilmer. Yep.
Okay.
Chet.
Sometimes you get roles because of who you are. I'm just saying.
I didn't expect
What the
Val
fuck, Chet?
Kilmer's. I didn't expect Val Kilmer's kid to look like Chet.
But he looks like a Chet, doesn't he?
Fucking Chet.
The character John Boy has the same mole as his namesake on the Waltons.
Yeah, that's why he got that nickname, I assumed.
Oh, all right. Downtown Atlanta doubled for the 1970s Los Angeles during filming. Prop cars were given California plates, and the car was painted to resemble a 70s era LA cab from Hollywood Taxi Company. This movie includes several references to other Shane Black movies. A character who appears in an adult movie dies in the beginning, like in Lethal Weapon. A character is called a fuck up by his daughter, like in The Last Boy Scout. Love that movie. You remember that movie?
I do remember that movie.
Incredible Bruce Willis movie. A duck drawing appears in The Long Kiss Goodnight, and Robert Downey Jr. appears in an uncredited cameo. Jr. also appeared in Iron Man 3 and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, both of which directed by Black.
Yeah,
Where's Robert Downey Jr. as a cameo?
He is Sid Shattuck, the dead porno guy that Ryan Gosling finds.
I would never have known that unless you told me.
Yeah. I mean, half his face is fucked.
What was the last name? Chet thought his last name? Hat Rack.
Hat Rack, yeah.
Wait, this came in 2016, right?
Yeah.
So he is in the height of his. So that's an easy page. Hey, we want you to play in this movie. Well, what do? You pretty much do nothing. Sold.
I think Downey may do movie just for fun, like a role like this.
I do think
where he's like, I have to show up for one day. Yeah, that's cool. I'll do it.
I love it when actors come from almost maybe not nothing, but they have like hardships and they still like Tim Allen, where he had that cocaine thing and he's still a successful actor. Robert Downey Jr., how he was in jail and he still came back.
Blacklisted out of Hollywood.
Yeah, and he still came back to be one of the highest grossing actors ever.
Speaking of Tim Allen, at the end of the film, a marquee for the Comedy Store is shown in the background featuring Tim Allen.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Allen started his career as a comedian in 1975. This movie takes place in 77. On a dare from one of his friends, he participated in a comedy night at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, a suburb of Detroit. While in Detroit, he began to get a recognition appearing in local television commercials and appearing on a cable comedy shows such as Gray Thiesen's Some Semblance of Sanity. He moved to LA and became a regular performer at the Comedy Store.
Hey, for those of you listening, that was not a setup. I had no fucking idea. That's awesome.
When Healy is fighting the older guy at Sid's house, Healy delivers a punch combination exactly like the combination Maximus uses in Commodus and Gladiator.
No way.
Both Healy and Maximus are played by Russell Crowe, obviously.
Well, that's still cool. They used it. I really love when directors like bring back other movies.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, when Stone Cold gets back in the ring, guess what he's gonna do? The Stone Cold Stunner.
Well, there's a reason Stone Cold did the Stone Cold Stunner in the movie Condemned, which I could not wait for that movie on this pod.
Dude, that'd be.
How many times have you seen that movie, David?
Oh, at least I have to. That's low too, probably.
Yeah,
that's our March 16th movie.
Hell yeah, 3/16, baby.
Stone Cold Day.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, because Stone Cold said so.
Doesn't matter if March 16 is on a Monday or not. We're releasing a podcast on that day. It's called The Condemned.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Because Stone Cold says so. And that's our weekly wrestling segment. Jackson Healy's car is a 1968 Oldsmobile Tornado.
Torino. No, Ford had the Torino.
Tornado.
I don't know what Oldsmobile had.
You know what I appreciate too about this movie? They made cars different then. You could fuck them up on a tree and still back up and keep going. You can't do that with today's cars. We know, Jacob.
We know. Yeah. Mom tried to fuck those trees up.
The trees won, by the way.
Yeah.
The trees won.
The red Mustang with white convertible top is a 1967 with a 289 and a factory AC.
Are you going to get to one of the coolest vehicles ever made that was in this movie?
Nope, those are my only two vehicles.
The Volkswagen Thing.
That was it?
Kim Basinger's daughter in that little red convertible.
Yeah.
That's a Volkswagen Thing. They're ugly as sin. They're slower than hell, but they are so cool.
Yeah.
They're iconic, but it's a terrible car.
Terrible. Yeah. Don't buy it, but also if you can get it, you should buy it.
You know that one movie with Christian Bale where it's he plays that driver. He plays like a race car driver.
Ford versus Ferrari?
No, is it? Maybe
I don't know.
It's where he put. Anyways, in the movie, he plays like a mechanic from like England. I can't remember. Anyways, in the movie, he goes and he's talking about the Mustang. Where he's talking about how like other cars are better because the Mustang's so trash. like the Mustang's a cool ass car, but there are way better cars than the Mustang, and I have a Mustang, and I know that.
I just said the
reason you have a
Volkswagen.
Mustang is because way better cars are more expensive, and Mustangs are cool.
Yeah,
I just said the
cool car.
Volkswagen Thing is one of the coolest cars
yeah,
ever
it's cool.
made.
It's a terrible car, but it's a cool car.
This movie has 4 alumni from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Director Shane Black directed Iron Man 3, which starred Robert Downey Jr., and he's Sid Thatic.
Gosling's daughter is in the Spider-Mans.
Yep, Spider-Man Homecoming and its
Really?
sequels. Ty Simpkins played Bobby in this movie. I don't know who he is. While not in any of the movies, Keith David has voiced several characters in Marvel-related cartoons and video games.
He's got that voice.
The take with Ryan Gosling sitting against a tree next to the body of Sid Shattuck is a homage to Lou Costello, who specialized in long takes where something such as the Mummy or Frankenstein's monster scared him so badly he couldn't make a sound, but eventually managed to yell his partner's name.
Oh, I was wondering. I knew he was scared or drunk. I couldn't determine which one it was.
Probably a combination of both.
The high-pitched Gosling yells in this movie.
Great.
That was a homage to something. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
The dialogue between the bartender and the detectives, he'll stop doing it, doing what, when Russell Crowe, is the same line from Iron Man 3 when Rodney and Tony interrogate Mandarin.
Yeah.
That's about the time I stopped paying attention to that movie.
Probably the best scene in the movie.
First half of Iron Man 3 is a great movie. The first half is great.
You should have stopped there.
The second half, oof.
I'll take your word for it and then seen it.
Okay, well, you're not missing much. Maybe watch the first half. What's that one movie?
I don't watch Marvel movies.
What's one movie you told me to skip the first 20 minutes and I'd be fine?
Christmas on Mistletoe Farm.
Yeah, I need to watch that and then listen to it. Yeah, you said I would not miss a damn thing.
Not one thing. The toast which ends the movie, "To the Birds," is delivered by 2 men with bird-based surnames, Crowe and Gosling. Yeah, I just thought that was funny.
IMDb trivia is wild.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. The body count for the movie is 15.
That's pretty low, but a lot of deaths were almost off-scene.
You'd have thought it was higher.
Yeah.
Especially with that dickhead critic saying there's so much violence in this movie.
Yeah.
That's my trivia, guys.
Movie impersonation time.
Oh my god, what are we doing with this one? Our best Australian accent, since Russell Crowe's doing his best American one.
I'm not good with accents.
We're naming pornos.
Ooh.
Okay.
By the way, if we had done accents Australian, I would have been like Kevin from The Office. Down on the Bobby, mate. Let's go get some.
You gotta end every sentence with mate. Yeah. Dead on the Bobby, mate.
So I have porno titles that I've only used from movies we've done on this podcast.
I love it.
Wow. Can I tell you who the winner of this impersonation segment is already? This guy. Yeah.
We have Quigley Down on Her.
Okay.
Who do you think that one is? It's you. It's Jacob.
We have Oh Stepbrother, Wore Out Thou Dick.
Wow, okay. Family porno.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the
spoiler alert, BJ's favorite kind.
Absolutely not. I want it to all go away.
You're like, let's pause, and I would say, I am not for this.
It must be said. I must be on the record. And the Will Never Be Heard first time podcast, Jurassic Pork.
Jurassic Pork.
Y'all have to at least allow me to listen to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you'll be the only one.
It's one of those vault
bad. You don't want to.
But I want to hear the trivia part of it.
That's fair.
Trivia part's pretty good.
That's fair. Do you want to go next, Dave? Do you want to make up your own porno names?
All right, so mine don't make sense at all, but fuck you. Gladder these titties, because in honor of Russell Crowe, I don't know.
And in honor of titties for this movie.
Titties, yes. I just combined the two. I didn't know that's where my head was, but thank you, BJ.
Your head's always there.
I do love titties. And then Step Bros. You guys know.
The full title is Step Bros, you guys know.
Yeah. Yep. You gotta add. And then shit. I just said it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't make sense at all. Avatar these nuts.
Fuck Avatar.
Yeah. It's Pocahontas with CGI. I'm just saying.
Yes.
What did you tell me the other day that James Cameron?
James Cameron is on record saying that colonialism is influenced in his story in Avatar.
No shit.
No fucking shit, James Cameron. Duh.
You basically just put Pocahontas as a CGI movie. I could not watch it and not be like, this is Pocahontas.
Yeah.
So I thought about giving him a rim shot right there. Oh, rim.
He almost had it. No. He almost had it.
I missed
Don't
it.
let him edit that shit out. Let him fuck up on his rim job.
When Ryan Gosling's daughter comes in and goes, boom, and he goes, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm giving you a rim job.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
goes, rim shot.
Yeah.
Rim shot. She meant rim shot. Okay, I'll start with the movie one. He'll die hard inside her.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
I thought about just going die hard.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done. It's a new year. Try this new dick.
Ooh. What, is that just a phrase or a movie?
That's the movie
New Year,
and
new
the
dick.
phrase.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah.
Lord of the Cock Rings.
Mm-hmm.
That was. Why would not use that one? Why
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm gonna be driving
because
home
I'm
later.
reading the books and rewatching the show. Game of the Cocks.
I am watching House of Dragons right now.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm only on the second episode, but I am watching it
It's good.
on your HBO.
That's okay.
I mean, HBO. If you listen to this,
We do not all three share accounts.
And Netflix, if you're asking, fuck you, Netflix. Outright saying it, actually.
Yeah, right.
HBO, thank you. Netflix, fuck you. Okay?
Yeah, fucking Netflix. All right, guys. Was this a good movie? No, we already did that. Ratings of the movies. BJ, I think you're going to have the highest one. You start.
This is just a really good, fun buddy cop movie that's got tons of comedy and good action. It doesn't do anything great, doesn't do anything groundbreaking, not really that culturally relevant, but it's so damn fun. It's an 8.2.
Okay. David?
I'm sad. 8.2. No. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I have no complaints with this movie. Therefore, it gets a 10 out of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a 10 out of 10 from David.
I don't even give Anchorman a 10. And that's my all-time favorite movie.
We just turned him on to one of
Yeah.
his favorite movies.
Yeah.
Turned him on.
Awesome.
Turn
Turn
it
them
on.
on. Yeah, we did.
I have no complaints about this movie. It just the comedy hits. It had the action, and they didn't try to overdo the comedy. They just let the comedy be part of the scene. They didn't try to overuse the joke. I don't know. That just hit tone for me.
I did not have the highest rating of this movie.
You did not. I should have started with David.
Yeah. No, that's I really was like, when you were giving your rating, I'm like, what complaints do I have about this movie? I'm like, I don't have any. So therefore, boom. It can't help that it's a time period piece. I think that's what they were going for.
Yep. Man, David's going to be disappointed by my rating.
Oh, fuck you already.
7.8.
What the heck? Why?
I don't know.
See, I hate his ratings. Because you expect a reason. You're like, why was your rating so low? He doesn't even know. Like,
I don't know. 7.8 is a good movie for me, though. I will watch this numerous times. It's my second time watching this movie. It's one of my sneaky favorites.
So this has to occur around the same time as Anchorman. Can we have an Anchorman Nice Guys crossover movie?
Anchorman 2.
Anchorman 2 is the time period, I think.
Well, I mean, Anchorman's like, what, 75? whatever your
Oh,
trivia
time
said.
period.
Yeah.
It would be a cool crossover.
It would be a wicked crossover.
Or at least a nod. Anchorman, like Ron Burgundy doing a news piece on like their shit because he was like, "When have you been on national news?" He goes like November or whatever the fuck he said. He was like, "Just on it."
Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, that would be cool.
That was a good idea. That'd be fucking dope.
Crossover.
I'm down for them to remake this movie.
I think it's too soon. I mean, you mean eventually?
Yeah, I mean, it's a buddy cop movie.
I'd like to see a sequel before I want to see a remake. I think it'd be a good sequel.
That's fair. Yeah, because it's nothing more than a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
You could do a couple of these, maybe even 3, at least a couple. Because I hate when people run stuff into the ground just because it was successful. And this wasn't successful.
I'm not sure Gosling's down for sequel type stuff.
No, but you know what would be good about this one? Since it was not a Netflix movie, but I got a Netflix vibe from this movie. So Netflix could buy the rights and then
like
do a
what they
sequel.
did to Knives Out.
Yeah, exactly. Because we were just talking about that on the way over here. I don't want to watch the second Knives Out because I haven't seen the first one, but I can't. You have to buy it. Yeah, I can't stream it anywhere. I'm like,
I'll give you a website when we're not recording.
no, he'll just give me some suggestions. He'll say
Yeah.
that on recording.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
No, don't do it. Keep it interesting.
How do you say Daniel Craig's character's name in Knives Out?
Benoit Blanc. Every time. Benoit Blanc. Benoit Blanc. All right, good and bad reviews from IMDb.
Wait, before we go on, I just want to tell you guys a failure is a father moment. We were just talking about Daniel Craig.
We love these.
And you guys know about Daniel Craig. He is who?
James Bond.
James Bond.
Actually, he's Benoit Blanc.
Well, come on. Before that,
Joe Bang.
We went to play laser tag at Main Event last night, and we all had the different names. I was Master Chief. They didn't know who that was, but I accept that one. That's a boy video game. Shut up, all you people. Come on. It doesn't have to be. That's how I grew up.
I mean, you have 11
Okay,
years.
that's what I'm saying though. But that's what I'm getting at because my 11-year-old daughters play video games. What I'm getting at is they're saying names. They knew most people, Thor, And then we got to my youngest daughter. Well, I say youngest, my smaller
They're
daughter.
twins.
They're twins. She said
The one that's
she was
8
like,
minutes younger.
Yeah, I was like, what's yours? And she was like, James Bond. I'm like, oh, awesome. She gave me this look like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, no. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
They've seen Violent Night in theater.
I was just about to fucking say that, BJ.
Yeah. I was like, she didn't know who James Bond was. And I was like, fuck.
You know what? Maybe dad sees you as a failure after Christmas, but what really makes you a failure is your kids don't know who James
Yeah,
Bond is at
that's it.
11.
I may have been disowned this year, but my real failure. By the way, I don't even consider that a failure. Fuck you, Dad. But
If you're listening,
you can't come home. Oh no!
You are not welcome on this podcast.
You can't come here. Oh. So yeah,
But yeah, your real failure is...
that they don't know who James Bond is. Fuck.
All right, my first 10 out of 10 review titled More Than Nice, like 6 exclamation marks, 10 out of 10. Nice job, Shane Black, for directing and co-scripting with inventive flair, the very groovy and immensely entertaining The Nice Guys. The movie is set in the 70s and stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling as, respectively, hit-for-hire men, Jackson Healy and clumsy P.I. Holland March. Circumstances that are uproarious and happenstance led them to team up to find a missing teen named Anna Amelia, who just might be the key to revealing more not-too-nice foul situations.
Not too nice.
Not too nice. Correct. Double O. Foul situations. Kim Basinger co-stars as Amelia's mother, who hires the nice guys to find Amelia before she gets lost in the clouds. With all due apologies to the late, great Amelia Earhart for that pun. The Nice Guys will be like no other movie you will see this year. It's distinctive. Quality and magnetic unpredictability are two major reasons this movie is a very nice gem. But of course, other nice gems come in the form of Crow and Gosling for their super nice performances. Sure, the real Crow has had his real life moments of not being too nice, but who cares? He was very nice here as Healy. And give that Gosling fellow an Oscar nomination for his uproarious performance as March. It's the Ides of March. Hey, wasn't he in that movie?
What?
And hail to Mr. Black for putting all this nice stuff together. It's time for you to play nice and have. It's time for you to play nice and take and have a trip with the nice guys. Excellent.
I really thought he should end that review with nice. Because he said nice a lot.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, you know, it'd be really cool. I just had this thought. These are period pieces, right? The periods don't add up long enough. The time periods. But it would be really kind of cool as buddy cop movies go if there was like a nod when they just wait. The other guys came out before this
So,
movie.
so you want to see like Alien versus Predator, but like Riggs and Murtaugh versus.
Or not like that. Like a little nod. You know how some movies will do like main characters in the background or something. I can't think of an example.
Like what we talked about earlier, like Anchorman.
Yeah, like they're like, for example, like in the other guys, if they had like, I don't know, Mel Gibson and the other guy's name, I can't remember. Danny Glover in like the background of a scene or something like that. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if they did the nice guys in the background like the other guys. You know what I mean? Like the nice guys, the other guys.
Or like
in
the other guys is in New York, you could have had John McClane.
Something like
somewhere in the
you
background.
guys get where I'm going with this. Like,
I got you,
They're
yeah.
all like buddy cop movies. I wish they had done these in these kind of movies where like in the background.
That would have been funny if you had a Prius driving through Harlem, New York, and seeing Bruce Willis with the sign and the start of Die Hard of the Big.
Yeah, something like that. I love little wink, nods. But it's in the background where you're like, the director's like, hey, and you're like, hey.
There's like a flashback of Bruce Willis arresting Gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, though. I'm just saying, I love these little.
Get underneath this gap, bitch. My 1 out of 10 review. Wish I had my money back in 2 hours of my life.
Fuck that guy, but go on.
Before I start this bad review, I know I've already done the title. I forgot. I always do this. The name for the 10 out of 10 review. Meza 21.
We like that guy.
Yeah, he can be on the pod. Now for my 1 out of 10. Wish I had my money back in 2 hours of my life by Ted J. Sharp 21. From all my positive reviews, I was looking forward to this film. Boy, what a letdown. Wish my wife and I had walked out a little earlier and enjoyed a day in the park or maybe a cat video. Acting is over the top by two pros, and everyone else is annoyingly bad. I would love to know the age and film going experience of the reviewers who love this trashy little film. 30, 34, 28. Have they not seen the classic films from the last 75 years? So they have a point of reference.
Yes, we have.
Have reviewing standards really slipped this far? I almost feel sorry for Russell Crowe having to endure this one. I wasted a couple hours and $18. Crowe spent months on this humorless exercise. Hope he lost a little weight in the process.
Fuck you.
Yeah, come on.
And was well compensated. Save your money and time.
You know what I hate about that one besides the fucking weight?
That guy's never had any sex other than missionary.
Yep. That I was going to go on, but I think
that nailed it.
That nailed it. But what I'm saying is, this guy, like, did he not, like, I hate when people give reviews when they know nothing about the movie. Because Russell Crowe had said he put on weight for this role. So you're going to throw the weight thing at him when he said that he did it on purpose?
Nah, whatever.
Watch the interviews. Let's, whatever.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yes.
This was not trying to be one of the AFI top 100 movies either. Like, this was trying to be a stupid buddy cop movie.
Those are sometimes the best movies. I love it a movie doesn't try
it
too hard.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and it didn't try to be more than it was. Like, one thing, reason I'm refused to watch the new Avatar movie as of right now is that he told me I needed to, because he was like, this movie has to make $2 billion. Well, fuck you, James Cameron. I don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah, I'm not going to help you till it's streaming on Disney Plus.
I won't even watch it then. I'm not wasting 3 hours and 24 minutes of my fucking life.
Oh,
is that how long it is?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
So, are we going off on our Avatar tangent now?
I would
Sure,
like
we
to go
can.
on a
We-
little
we-
one.
We
yeah.
can end the pod with Avatar Tangent.
Do we want to finish up the should people watch it stuff first?
Yeah, let's finish that.
Okay.
Then let's go off on a little tangent.
We already did that when we rated the movie.
Oh, well,
We
then-
forgot to. Should people watch this movie?
Yes.
yes.
100% they
Yeah,
should.
I would because when BJ gave me a list of what 3 or 4 movies that we'd like to.
I don't
Yeah.
know, something like that.
Something like that.
And this one only stood out to me because the title matched the other guys, and I was like, "The Nice Guys." I'll watch it, and I was so glad that I watched it. This was a good.
Yeah, I mean, you gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
So you think everyone should watch this movie?
every person should watch this movie and just get past the timepiece. Like, it's a lot of '70s movies aren't great in my opinion, but this one,
Movies like this, I've got to get past a pretty mediocre title.
yeah, get past them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the title's not good. Just turn it on.
And if you're really thinking like, I want the plot to be better, don't think of the plot as much as just enjoy the ride.
This
Like-
movie flew by for me.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
about
did.
you guys.
I told you I watched it at 2. I'm gonna rewatch it because I watched it at 2:30 in the morning, but it's so good.
So Avatar tangent time.
Yep.
Listen, James Cameron, you're making a movie solely because it looks cool. I've got no problem with that. That's absolutely fine.
Yep.
Make it an hour and 50 minutes then.
Yes. And don't reuse characters
Yeah.
just because they were popular in the last.
The
movie.
first Transformers movie was dope as shit.
You know, I haven't seen it yet, but he reused the bad guy that he completely killed off in the first one, and it's the same bad guy in the second one.
Like I said,
hate
I'm
this.
okay with all that. You're just trying to make a movie
Yeah.
that straight up looks cool. If a movie just looks cool, that's fine. That's great. It doesn't need to be 3 hours and 20 minutes.
No, it's not.
I'm not going to watch it. Fuck you, James Cameron. Fuck Avatar. Make some shit like like Terminator 2 or Aliens again.
There's 4 more of these coming out if the movies keep doing well. Do you guys
No,
realize
it's
that?
doing well.
There's no if the movies are doing well.
It's
This made $1 billion in 11 days.
it's already it was the second highest grossing movie of 2022. It was out for 3 weeks.
I hate us as a people.
Yeah.
God.
Like as Dwight said,
Yeah.
there's too many people. We need a new plague.
Like, this
We
is-
literally just had one.
We
Jake.
need a new one. Come on, China. Come on, Fauci.
I just
Start breeding that shit up in a lab.
I don't, he's joking about the plague part, but I just want you guys to understand. I understand his humor. He does not want millions of people to die.
I
What
don't.
he's trying to get across is stop making movies just for money. And I get that that's the way the world works, but you get shit movies when that happens. You get good movies like The Nice Guys when you're just trying to make a movie.
Or our movie we did last week, Hell or High Water.
yeah.
Yep, didn't care about and actually lost a lot of money because of the topic.
Yep.
But that's when you get good movies. Not to make money on the Avatar tangent. He's making, I guarantee you, millions and millions of dollars are made just because he told people, I won't make more unless you come see this movie. I guarantee that's why people went.
Sure.
So Avatar Shape of Water will not be on this podcast.
Ever.
And, James Cameron, I personally don't think you should be welcome on this podcast.
Oh no, James Cameron's well. He did Terminator.
You're right.
Yeah, he did Terminator 2.
You just
Yeah,
put
sorry.
you just
No, he
put,
did Terminator as well. He did the
That's
first
right.
Terminator.
Yeah.
you just put a bad taste in my mouth with making me
Yeah.
feel like I needed to go see your movie. I was going to go watch it until you told me I had to. And I'm like, no.
This is a free country, bitch.
But yeah, I guess come on. You are an amazing director, but I'm just saying, don't tell me what to do.
At one point, you were an amazing director.
Well, I don't know. Let me see.
I'm standing by that.
I'll die on Titanic's a great movie.
I've seen Titanic once, and I was too young to appreciate it,
You
and
probably should
now
watch
I
it
don't
again.
want to watch it.
It's a lot. Just do what you. I don't do this. I'm just suggesting it to him. Just get high and watch it. How fuck do you, man? Just go watch it. It's a good movie.
There's boobies in it.
I love boobs.
And she's hotter than you think she is.
Oh, I know she's hot. I've seen the movie before, and I remembered how fast I had to either rewind or fast forward to get to that part
And this
of
was
the VHS.
Yes. I was thinking
Yes.
this was VHS.
I knew where I had to go to jerk off.
Yeah.
I knew where it fucking was. I know how hot she is.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's us at IRMFT. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on Reddit too. I've been really bad at Facebook and Twitter. That's my job. BJ's been halfway decent at Instagram.
Eventually, I want to convince him to pay money to advertise because this podcast needs to be heard.
Thanks, David. Also, our most frequent guest, David Ekus. Thanks for being here.
Bye.